Hey everyone, RogueGold here. Welcome back to the Division 2, and welcome to March, everybody. Do you know what that means? This month, or more accurately about 7 days from now, it will have been 10 years since the launch of the original Tom Clancy's The Division. That's honestly pretty hard to fathom. I think back to where I was, who I was 10 years ago, and it's truly wild that we have come this far. But this month is not all just nostalgia, as the Division teams around the globe are preparing franchise-wide content drops, announcements, and more to celebrate. We're talking a limited time mode coming to The Division 2, a full reveal of the future content roadmap, big announcements for The Division Resurgence, new information on The Division 2 survivors, and more surprises in store. So today, ahead of it all kicking off this week, I wanted to give you a final consolidated rundown of everything that we know so far so that you know where to look and what days to tune in. I am very excited for this week. Be sure to subscribe so that you don't miss out on any of the news that we've got coming our way. A huge shout out and thank you to our channel members. As always, your contributions directly support me and my ability to continue making content here in this channel, which is such a joy. Thank you. But without further ado, let's get into this. Okay, so there's going to be a lot to cover here, but let's begin with the convergence point of everything, and that is the 10th anniversary developer stream that is happening in just 2 days on Tuesday, March 3rd. I covered this in my previous video. I promise new information is coming in just a moment, but this tweet was released last week stating the following: "Hey agents and friends, suit up. We are celebrating 10 years of Tom Clancy's The Division with a special anniversary stream featuring exclusive updates on Year 8 and The Division Resurgence, plus Twitch drops, discounts, and more from the team. Join us on March 3rd at 9 a.m. Pacific time." They've even started putting out in-game notifications about it that you may have seen, so they're serious about this. And so, you heard it right there. If you want to be there the moment that everything is getting revealed, then Tuesday is the day to tune in. As they mentioned, you can watch on The Division's official Twitch channel. I will link that down below in case you don't have it. However, you can also watch right alongside myself if you would like. I will be live right here on YouTube as well as over on Twitch at twitch.tv/rogue_gold if you've not followed. One extra benefit to watching this over on Twitch, as the tweet mentioned, is that a new round of Twitch drops will be active. We've got the full details and rewards breakdown right here. As you can see, it includes 2 anniversary caches. So far, the contents of those are still a mystery, but in addition, a 10-year arm patch, a weapon skin, and a Fei Lao backpack charm to cap it off. So once again, I will be live on Tuesday to react to this news with all of you. We're likely going to be starting a bit earlier on, giving our final predictions and just warming up. And then right at 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. Eastern, those Twitch drops will begin. They will be active on my channel if you're interested. But across the Division 2 directory, they will be available for 1 week's time so that you can grab them from anybody who may be live with drops enabled. So Tuesday is the day where everything really kicks off, as that is when we are getting all the news. But it's worth noting that some anniversary things have already begun. The tweet that we looked at mentioned discounts coming our way, and as some of you have already been commenting about online, if you search up The Division on the major platform storefronts, some big discounts have begun. This is an example I pulled from Steam, where you can see that the majority of The Division's content, full games, DLC, cosmetics, are up to 90% off. Even the newer stuff, like Battle for Brooklyn from last year, is still 60% off, so there are some crazy sales here. So if you've got that one friend who has always held out from jumping in and trying The Division out, maybe now is finally the time. But aside from Twitch drops and discounts, we did actually receive a small preview as to what we can expect from this Tuesday reveal stream. Ubisoft released an official article on the whole matter. I will link this down below as well in case you want to go and read the entire thing for yourself. But they start out by saying, "Tom Clancy's The Division is turning 10 this year, and we're throwing a celebration that details The Division 2's upcoming anniversary season, while looking forward to what's next for The Division 2 and The Division Resurgence." Tune into The Division's Twitch channel on March 3rd at 9 a.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Central European, where the development team at Massive Entertainment will take you through The Division 2's upcoming anniversary season, which will include exclusive and time-limited content only available for this special 4-week period, such as realism mode, new gear, and much more. Okay, so let's pause there. None of what they mentioned there is actually new information, but it is a great reminder and consolidation of everything that we know is about to release in The Division 2, likely sometime this week. So we knew that a special mini season was coming to the game for the anniversary, but this confirms that it will have a 4-week duration. So if you're wanting to take part in all of this, be sure and clear some time out during March, because it's going to be gone before you know it. They mentioned realism mode. This is the limited time mode that will be available in-game during this anniversary event exclusively, and it's just as it sounds. The Division 2 experience, yet retuned for realism. There are one-shot headshots, limited HUD, UI, ammo, everything. This gameplay that you're watching was shared back in early January. You can see that it will be tied to the Warlords of New York map and content. So yeah, this is one of the big hooks for this update, a brand new way to play the Division 2 altogether. But there will be things to chase back on your main character as well. This article cites new gear. We know from prior communications that exotics and named items are coming. It's also been confirmed that in some fashion, certain Division 1 global events will return and be playable throughout this mini season. And then there's going to be apparel crossovers with several other Tom Clancy titles, including Ghost Recon, Splinter Cell, and Rainbow Six. So there was lots of stuff coming across the board for this anniversary update, and again, that is dropping imminently, most likely on Tuesday itself or this coming Thursday to kick off that anniversary period. But we are not done. There is much more. The article also mentions Resurgence, stating the Division Resurgence team will share some fresh gameplay and big news, as well as details on how to secure some exclusive rewards. In case you didn't know, the Division Resurgence is the new mobile title coming to the franchise. It is a faithful recreation of the Division 1's world and map. It's got the exact same game structure as the Division 1 and 2 in terms of being an RPG looter shooter. It's actually been a number of years at this point since it was first announced, but it seems as though we finally made it to the end of the development cycle. Ubisoft's press releases for a while now have confirmed and reconfirmed that Resurgence is set to release before the end of this fiscal year, which for them is on April 1st. So that means that by the end of this month, the Division Resurgence will be launching worldwide. This teaser in the article doesn't explicitly state it, but this big news they're bringing surely includes the game's release date and potentially other launch details, so good stuff there. Finally, then, it states, the team will also take you through the road ahead for the Division 2, with an upcoming look at Year 8 plans, an update on survivors, and a surprise or two. So, breaking those down one by one, for the Division 2, we know that Year 8 is beginning as soon as this mini anniversary season concludes, so now that we know that it has a 4-week duration, that means that Year 8 will begin right around the end of March or early April, and keep in mind that means an entire additional season, title update, new features and content, whatever it may include, are only a month away. So whatever is planned for that update plus the general roadmap for Year 8 altogether is set to be revealed. In case you missed it, we did do a video back in January covering what we know so far about what Year 8 should be including from comments made up until that point. That includes things like PvP balancing, new endgame high difficulty challenges, and more. It might not end up being 100% spot on once we get the full reveal, but if you want a rough picture on what to expect, I'll leave that one linked down below as well. The article mentions an update on survivors. This is in reference to another major piece of Division 2 content in the works, the Division 2 Survivors, which is said to be a successor to the beloved survival extraction mode from the Division 1. Details on this have been pretty scarce so far. It was first announced to us back in August at Gamescom, where it was said that development is still quite early on. It's been a minute since we had a real update on it, though, with concept art images like the ones being shown on screen being some of the only recent teases that we've gotten. So I'm quite excited to see what they've got to say or show. Is there a chance we get a release date or window communicated? Could we get our first glimpse at gameplay? Only time will tell. And then, finally, it does say that there will be a surprise or two. I want to put this out there now. It goes without saying, that could literally mean anything. So from here on out, we are in full speculation territory. But I think that any longtime fan of the Division franchise has their minds pointing in the same direction on this, and that is the Division 3. The Division 3 got announced back in 2023, believe it or not, though our understanding is that real development work did not begin on it until around late 2024. But since then, we have received no major updates or information about the game whatsoever. Could Division 3 information be one of the surprises they're teasing? It's honestly anybody's guess. But this is the 10th anniversary celebration of the entire franchise, and I can't think of a much better way to celebrate where we have been and tease where we're going than to give us even a morsel of information about what to expect with the third title. On that front, I will say don't get your hopes up, but just know that from the devs' words themselves, surprises beyond everything else that we've already covered are in store for Tuesday's momentous stream. And so, to echo what I said in my last video, even if some of you may not be yet, I'm ready for what's to come. Well, there you have it, my friends. That is the information. That is everything that you need to know and be prepared for heading into this week for the division. It is a lot, right? The teams are sparing no expense to go all out for 10 years of the division. I could not be happier to see it. And, you know, crypticness and jokes aside, I am so excited to step into this next chapter of the franchise. I truly can't believe that we are still here kicking, or dare I say thriving, a decade in. Hopefully we get to do it for many more, but I do want to take a moment to say thank you all so much for being here on this journey alongside me. At this point, I would love to hear any outstanding questions that you may have after covering all of that information, anything you're still confused about as for what we'll be rolling out this week, and let me know any final last-minute predictions that you may have as for what you think is going to be shown on Tuesday. That's all I've got, though. Reminder to tune in either to the Division's channel or me on Tuesday to see everything that is coming our way, but I will see you all in 48 hours. Until then, folks, RogueGold out. Oh! We just got a Ravenous! Haha! I might not be friendly. Let's go.
Coming to the Division 2.
Let's go!
And